me how great is our God. Oh, see how great is our God. Sing with me how great.
Two resolutions, a resolution from the state of Texas from our state representative Dan Huberty that I'm going to read, and then Victoria. Whereas on April 22nd, 2017, area residents are gathering together for the March of Remembrance in Kingwood, one of several marches being held in commemoration of the Holocaust throughout Houston and its surrounding communities. And whereas this event is taking place at Kings Harbor Waterfront Village, at the site of the Holocaust Garden of Remembrance, which is the culmination of more than a year of effort on the part of a number of regular march participants who had a vision for a local memorial that would serve to honor those who perished and to educate and inspire visitors to take a stand against anti-Semitism and other forms of prejudice. And whereas through a series of exhibits, the Garden of Remembrance provides an opportunity to reflect on one of the darkest chapters in human history by detailing the events of the Holocaust, including the campaign of persecution and mass murder under the reign of the German Nazi Party that claimed the lives of some 6 million European Jews. The Memorial Garden offers insight on the horrors experienced by those incarcerated in Nazi concentration camps, as well as on the hope, friendship, and strength of spirit that transcended these unimaginable conditions. And whereas only by learning about the past can we fully understand the lessons of history and move forward toward a future of greater tolerance and compassion, and by taking part in the March of Remembrance, Texans are making a solemn vow to stand ever vigilant against the forces of injustice. Now, therefore, be it resolved that on 2017 March of Remembrance in Kingwood be commemorated, that all those involved be commended for their contributions to this important endeavor. Signed, Dan Huberty, State Representative, District 127.
And so this is my daughter Rachel, and this is Ava. She's named after my mom, and it means life. So do we say Chava? Can you say Chava? Chava. That's life in Hebrew. So I just wanted to honor, we decided to do a special honoring our rescuer types. But we actually have in our midst today Margaret Nicole, whose father and brother were murdered as martyrs, being pastors in Bulgaria, in communist Bulgaria. And she has a whole other story. Please go to her website, Margaret Nicole. And if ever you want to have her come play violin or listen to her story, it's quite a story. This is a painting. I'll leave this to you. We've been donated this property here because of you guys participating and making a difference. And Alex, one of our survivors here, Alex Pollock, we now have been given this property here there he is, if you want to honor him, given this property as a grant of easement in perpetuity for $1.
Wow.
Can you praise God for that? So we're going to need all your help in the future to help camp, which was said to be so horrific, and the tortures that they gave to the people. And so she was a rescuer. And this image painted by the artist Susan DeBose for the future home of the Holocaust Garden of Remembrance at Kings Harbor symbolizes Diana Buldisaljevec, the rescuer of children from the Yasenovich camp. Her opportunities to speak or move swiftly against anti-Semitism and all hatred with courage, to circumvent genocide before it can develop. Cloaked in dense early morning fog, Diana protects and escorts a group of children to safety. Risking her life without hesitation. Lord, help us be that way for others.
When I became a teacher, we took a group of kids on a field trip to the Holocaust Museum and heard Walter Case tell his story. But in the Walter Case's story, he tells how he and the other prisoners were walking out, and American soldiers were rolling in, and one of the tanks stopped. The soldier got out and went to talk to him. He said, "This is terrible what they're doing to you guys. I see why we had to leave our home back in the States." And that soldier reached in his pocket and he gave him a Hershey's chocolate bar with almonds in it. My daddy had told us that story. He rolled into the camps. He got out. He talked to the prisoner, and he gave him chocolate candy. And when I heard the other side of the story, it was like, Daddy's story up until then, just, here's another story. That day, they became real.
Wow.
I let the Holocaust Museum know about that event. They invited us to a special luncheon or supper honoring the liberators. We were privileged to sit at the table with Helen Collin. And after we spoke with Helen Collin, we found out that my dad, John Detland from Wharton, Texas, had helped to liberate the camp that her husband had been in Buchenwald.
Wow, small world.
And so that opened the door for us. I became passionate about teaching the Holocaust. We invited Helen Collin to the school many, many times. And I taught in Bay City, so for her to come from Houston to Bay City was quite an event. We took kids on field trips as often as we could. In fact, we even got Dr. Frank Caseman involved, and he helped pay for some of our trips. But this is a lesson that children need. They need it desperately. Thanks to Bill Orland and the other survivors, I was able to go to Poland in 2006. I was supposed to have gone to Israel, and they said, "Nope, they're bombing, you gotta go home." And it was like somebody had let the air out of our balloon. But next year, 2007, we got to go back. And it was the completion of the fulfillment, not completion, but fulfillment of a dream that I'd had for at least 25 years. And I've seen God's hand in the whole thing. When I started teaching junior high, I tried every way but loose to get out of there. I could not handle these junior high kids, and I cried at least 4 days out of 5 every week because these kids were just so much. I raised 5 kids, and none of them were like that. And God says, nope, I got you here for a reason. And I said, but God, he says, nope. And if I hadn't stuck it with junior high, I wouldn't have had those trips. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to see what an impact Holocaust had on lives and what an impact I can help make on lives by sharing their story. Thank you so much.
We lost 2, Zoli Zamir and Robert Rothschild. And these names are from all over Europe. They're in no particular order. We'll start with Sarah Gowendo, Jenny Gittleson, Jenny Willis Glick, Chaim Glickman, Abram Moses, Bear.
Another same name, okay. Okay, Bella Kleinman, Latvia. That's twice. Latvia. Bella Klotz, Latvia.
בגבורתך הצלח עלינו, קח חיינו את נפשנו, ואת שמחת תום על ליבנו. The earth is the Lord's, and all that is in it, the world and all those who dwell in it. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the rivers. Who may ascend to the hill of the Lord, and who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to falsehood, and who has not sworn deceitfully. He shall receive a blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face, even Yaakov, Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lifted up, O ye ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and lift them up, O ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah.